We apologize in advance. We're not lawyers, but we like to think we are. Sorry. Hello. We're back.
We are back. How are you?
I'm brain dead, and I'm just trying to get to vacation time. I'm like so close to checking out.
So close. Oh. Your honeymoon.
Oh my God.
2 years later.
2 years later.
So exciting.
2 weeks to go. I'm shopping like a maniac, though.
I bet. What are you... Okay, wait. Tell the people where you're going and, like, what's your vibe for your outfits.
Okay. First, we're going to Paris, then Positano, and then Rome.
Cute.
And... I mean, I don't know the proper vibe yet because it's May. Like, the weather could go one of two ways. Yep. So, like, I think it's going to be pretty warm in Italy. France is, like, a question mark. Yes. So, I don't know that yet. But I have, like, ideas planned for both.
So exciting.
But I bought the same dress in 3 colors because I was that confident in the fit.
That. What does it look like? Like a maxi dress?
It's like it's like one of those, like, cupcake dresses. So, it's, like, big, poofy arms. And, like,
I wish I could pull that off.
Oh, I think you could.
I don't know.
Abercrombie.
Oh, is it Abercrombie?
I am a fucking slave to Abercrombie.
Honestly? Okay, should I go into it now or do you want to continue your honeymoon?
No, get into it and we'll circle back because this is important. This is a PSA.
Okay. So if you guys are a long-term listener, aka the last 4 episodes, every episode, like Alex brings up her Abercrombie and Fitch jean fiasco, and she kept on being like, you have to try the Curve Love line, you have to try the Curve Love line. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, what the hell? I tried it yesterday, and I'm obsessed. It's the most comfortable pair of jeans I've ever owned. Their activewear looks so cute. When you go to the store today, look at their activewear. Like, I want to buy stuff.
I did take a brief glimpse, and I actually do need some activewear. So yes, I will.
They have some really cute stuff, and I went to the store and looked, and I found one pair. I found like 2 pairs that I really wanted, but they didn't have my size, so I'm gonna order online because I really want a pair of skinny jeans. But I went outside my comfort zone, and I got the 90s baggy jeans, and I'm actually impressed. I'm happy with the way they look on me.
Honestly, and the fact that like women never get the option to get different lengths.
No.
So the fact that there's like short, regular, and tall is like 10 out of 10.
It's perfect. Yeah, I just felt really sporty. I went to a baseball game yesterday, so I wore like the baggy jeans with a white tank top and like plaid. Also, you'll notice like I'm really burnt. It was like really randomly sunny in Vancouver, so my face is white, but my chest is like super red.
Get that color.
Yeah.
Where you can.
But yeah, no, I'm a fan. Thank you so much for turning me on to them, and I don't think I'm ever gonna go back.
Honestly, their other clothes have really been winning me over too. I have an order in the mail, of course, because why wouldn't I? And I'm trying out their swimwear, which they do have some Curve Love swimwear as well. They got some cute sizes. I'm trying on some of their trousers.
Oh, cute.
And also I got a couple of like tops, and then the dresses are like amazing. And I like try to swindle them to get every discount I can possible. Like if you sign up for their emails, they always have like 25% off. Like today, 15% off on almost everything.
Oh my God.
Today.
Okay.
You should check.
Shit.
So, honestly, yeah. So, like, my plan is since we're going to 3 places and I have the dress in 3 colors, I'm going to take a picture of each one in each city and kind of make it like a collage of some sort.
That is so cute. I mean, obviously, they are dabbling into the Curve Love realm, but I would love to see some Curve Love t-shirts. My boobs are too big for an XL. I guess.
That's fair.
Just, so I can wear your pants, but I can't wear your tops just yet.
No, that's very, very fair. So I find that I do better on their online than in store. Like in store, it's very like bare bones basic. They got just
very
like the boring stuff. I want like the fashion pieces, as I call
agree,
them.
but it's kind of nice as like to go in store and like try on for size reference.
Their sale section though is chaotic. I can't shop it. It's literally just like jeans shoved into a wall, and I'm like, how am I supposed to find anything in here?
The one downtown is just a table and just like layered pants.
Oh my God. Can't fucking wait.
Yeah, it's exciting. But sorry, continue on your journey. Is there anything else you want to say?
Otherwise, the vibe is I just splurged on the Comme des Garçons Converse pair.
Oh, yes,
I wore them today.
Oh, cute.
And I got the beige version, so I literally was like, I tippy toe everywhere trying to not get them. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, spray them.
With what?
Well, look at the material of what they're made. Yeah, and then just look up cotton protection spray on shoes.
I didn't even think about that, honestly.
For sure.
Oh, I guess it would be good for like rain, like water and stuff too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spray them before your trip.
Spray it.
That's so exciting for you. I'm really happy. Cannot wait to see the content. I have not had a great month.
No.
I had COVID.
You had COVID? Okay, yeah.
Apologies in advance. I still sound raspy. I'm not contagious, but it has been like 4 weeks almost.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you so much. 2 years. It finally hit me. And like the irony is not lost on me that 2 episodes ago I said that my social life is booming, and then 3 days later I had COVID. That day, actually, when I said that, I had COVID unknowingly, but thank God you and Steve had COVID, so it didn't hit you.
Once you are past all of the like main symptoms and like you get your energy back, you're literally gonna feel unstoppable. You're gonna feel like that bitch. Like as soon as I was like, hey, we're done with COVID, we have our booster, I'm like, we can live life, like nothing can stop me. Although I have this like weird thing in my head where I'm like, I'm not gonna get COVID again, but it's like very possible to get COVID. It's very possible. I know someone that's gotten it 3 times.
So I didn't get like the confirmed test, like they tell me which variant, but I'm pretty sure I have the new one that was like Delta and Omicron, because I had like I can't smell, my throat is like super sore, I was super tired, I had the fever, the body aches, like I had every freaking symptom, and I was down for like 10 days of just like I had no energy, and this weekend was the first time that I drank, and I'm not okay today. Like I don't think I should have drank. I think I need to let a couple weeks go by.
Yeah, you need to like just be really, really slow, because I remember I was only out for 3 full days, and then Steve got sick, so then I had to like get my shit together. I couldn't be the baby anymore. I was back to work on the following Monday. Like I got sick on a Wednesday and I was back to work on Monday, but I was just nice. I had to nap, and I took 2-3 hour naps in the middle of the day.
Seriously, the tiredness was crazy. I worked actually through it. I worked every day for like an hour just to get some stuff done, but I couldn't a full day. I was out from Monday to Friday, like Monday to Monday fully, and then I went back to full days on that Monday. But yeah, it was rough. I'm still sorry, I know this is a podcast and I probably don't sound the greatest, but I'm back hopefully soon, because I'm like going to LA on Tuesday, I'm going to Toronto the next week, so I know, so I need to like save my energy, but I also need to like
what if you still test positive?
I took another test and I'm negative. I was testing positive up until 2 days ago, so I need to take a test tomorrow.
You should have gotten a PCR test when you first got sick.
You can't get them anymore unless you pay for them, and I'm not paying for them. I didn't know I was going to.
Like at the testing sites, they only give you antigen?
You have to be over 70. No, you can't get tested at all. Like you have to go to the pharmacy to get your at-home tests.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you have to be like over 70 or like immune compromised to get like an official test. Yeah.
But your work would have paid for it because it's a work trip.
I know, it's fine. Whatever, I screwed up. But I'm taking
and then you could have used it. I mean, I guess we don't... Wait... You don't have to do... you have to do testing to go there, but just not to come back.
Correct.
Which is kind of weird.
So weird, because like the U.S. is so not like Canada, and the fact that Canada looked
they're
it
like
up
balls to the wall down there.
I know.
Like, free baby.
I know. So it was kind of weird. Like you don't have to wear masks on planes in the U.S. anymore.
Okay, that's what... Are you going to wear a mask?
Yeah, you have to, because I'm on a Canadian airline. And I will.
It's based on airline?
Yeah, it's the American Airlines.
Oh, okay. I'm Air France, so they'll probably still make us. They probably
will. I don't know the whole details about the whole American Airlines, but it was like they overthrew the government, basically. Like it wasn't a government choice, but it was something to do with I thought
it was the CDC that said they didn't need it anymore.
Yeah, it was something. I don't know, but like the government, like the president doesn't want it, like, or something. I don't know. It's like a huge thing. They're trying to get it back. They're trying to get back to masks on planes.
I'm indifferent about it. I feel, yes, it is important for, like, health-wise, but I feel really fucking bad for flight attendants. Like, because I follow a couple of flight attendants on TikTok. They make very interesting content.
No, me too.
And one of them was like, I'm actually really excited about this, because I think she was a flight attendant for Delta, and they were one of the ones that got rid of it. And she was like, this is actually the biggest relief for me. And then she would just put clips of, like, all these people fighting flight attendants because they were asking them just to put their masks on. So, like, that...
I'm happy for
such
them.
A relief.
Yeah. Okay, not to change the subject, but something really exciting happened to me this weekend.
Okay.
Or a week. I finally got my first feet pic request.
Wait, did you post on a website or something?
No, I meant
like on Instagram?
Someone DM'd me, and obviously I'm kidding, I'm not doing it, but honestly, like,
why not? See how much money your face isn't in the picture.
I know. I'm gonna give them a shout.
Go on
I'm
Google.
gonna give them a shout out. UK Foot Entertainment 11 reached out to me, and they said, "Hey there, hope you are well. I must say your feet look very cute. Would love to photograph your feet," with like a bunch of emojis. And look at
like that. They want to come and do it?
I don't know. They're in the UK, so whatever. Not gonna happen. Not gonna respond.
No,
but tempting.
Please ask them how much. Please, I want to know.
Okay, let me just message them right now.
Just be like, ask them. Just be like, I can send you pictures, but how much are you willing to pay per picture? No, actually, you know what? Say my fee is $500 per picture.
Okay,
make it sound professional, like you're already in this business, baby.
Yeah, because my feet are awesome. They're actually. I hate feet so much.
$500. People with foot fetishes will pay. I've personally never done it. I've just heard stories.
If all I had to do was send a photo for $500 for a foot,
There
I
are
would dabble.
so many girls that make a living doing it.
I know. Oh my god, is this my new side hustle?
It's the best thing. Your face isn't in the picture. You're like,
true.
imagine if that was your full-time job, just to take feet pictures. All you have to do is go get a pedicure like every week, which pedicures are amazing to get done.
Love them. I need a new one.
But still, 10 out of 10, which we've talked about before, Findom would be like an absolute dream.
Oh, totally.
I want someone to send me $2,000 and for me to be like, you fucking pig, I'm going to spend this $2,000 on a
Chanel bag.
Jacquemus bag.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, well, I'll keep you guys updated if I do it.
It's Jacquemus. I know it's pronounced Jacquemus. I just trying to make a joke because I really wanted to buy a Jacquemus bag because a friend of a girlfriend of one of like Steve's friends was like, look at this new bag I got, and I was like, that is the most gorgeous bag. I want that fucking bag.
I've never heard of this brand. Is that weird that I have never heard of it?
Jacquemus. It's like, it's designer,
okay, but
it's like, it's not like as saturated, I would say.
Okay.
And I kept asking Steve his opinion, and he kept calling it Jacquemus, and I was like, you're ruining the luxury of the prestige of it.
The highest luxury owned thing that I have is a Michael Kors bag and watch.
Couldn't get Michael Kors if she was fucking Michael Kors.
I have Dior sunglasses.
Oh, you fancy.
I don't even know if that's like...
Honestly, the most one I've personally purchased is my Marc Jacobs bag, and that's like the most.
So cute.
And I have a couple of Louis Vuittons, but those are like my mom's.
I know, but cute.
They're not 100% my style, and I'm not going to get rid of them. I want to hold on to them.
Absolutely.
So when I have kids and they're teenagers, those are going to be like vintage.
Totally. Are they the one with like LV all over the bags? Because those are not my style either.
No, one is like the checkered one. Like
okay,
the brown, the dark brown and
with
light brown. Yeah,
okay.
that one. And then I also have this like little Gucci bag, which is very cute, but it's like literally falling apart. I have to get it fixed.
Aww,
but yeah.
Okay, I love Gucci. I really want the Gucci belt. Is it the Gucci that has like the gold thing? Yeah, I really like that belt.
I thought it's cute too, but it's been a little bit saturated though.
I know. I'm just the type of person like I get so excited when I find a dupe for like $10 when it's like $1,000 in real life. Like I don't need the real thing. I just need it to look like it, and I'll be okay.
I think it's more worth it to get a Hermes belt.
Those are expensive, right?
Yeah, but if you're gonna get a dupe of an Hermes belt.
No, so true. And also on TikTok, Hermes has been on my timeline like of people like waiting to get their bag and like going.
Do you follow Charles Goss on TikTok?
No, I don't. But maybe that's the person that was like I was
the
watching.
one that like, and this is how it's gonna get. Yeah, that's Charles.
Okay, I don't follow him, but he was like all over my timeline. And this like one girl who waited like a year for her bag, she like got to pick it up, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like insane.
Yeah, some people get to like order them. Like you pick everything about the bag, and then it just takes a year for it to get made.
I don't know. Those are beautiful, obviously, when you pick them out, but like the Louis Vuitton and all that stuff, like it's kind of tacky. Sometimes it's like not cute.
A lot of it, yeah. But the thing is,
like I love just like a black bag, like a very.
But that's the thing is because we are very selective on what we buy. When we're gonna invest like $1,000 in a bag or more, we're gonna be like, I want it to be practical so I can wear every single day to get my money's worth. But the people who are buying the Hermes bags of the world, they can buy the random ones because they already have the staples. They don't give a fuck. So and true. Like that's what I am jealous about some days. But other than that, you can never go wrong with a black bag.
You can never go wrong, and I need to get a new one because my Michael Kors is like fraying. Like the strap is like fraying, and I'm like, that does not look cute.
Honestly, like I think on like one of my zippers, the tassel fell off, and that was my reason to Steve. He's like, your bag is perfectly fine. I'm like, I've been using this bag for 2 years straight. That's a long time.
Absolutely.
And I was like, and the tassel fell off, and he's like, is it still functional? I'm like, yes, but the tassel fell off.
Yeah,
he's like, it just does not compute.
That's so funny. Yeah, I've had mine when I went to the Ed Sheeran concert. So that was like 2019, I think. 2018. Whatever. Yeah. A long time.
We're making the best of it.
I could get a new one. I'm going to do it.
We should go shopping for Jacquemus bags.
Oh my god, Jacquemus is my favorite. Okay, so should we get into today's topic? I don't know why I just yelled at you.
Okay.
Sorry for headphones users, but today, obviously, it's the end of the month. I feel like we just did one for March, but we are now at the end of April, and so we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about
Not a whole lot happened, but a lot of like legal, like courtroom drama.
I want to talk about Revolve Fest first because I was fucking obsessed with following it. And the thing is I have a little bit of the inside scoop because one of my talent was actually invited.
Out. Did she go?
No.
I was going to say, I didn't see her post about it.
So I'm not going to say who, but it's like she's been invited to like multiple like events, and normally like they're fine. Yeah. But like I saw this really great video by another creator that was basically just like, I think like 70% of Revolve's revenue like comes from influencer marketing and stuff like that. So like they really put on these like big giant events just to obviously get as much influencer content as possible. But like it is literal slave labor. Like the amount of posts that they look for just for being like, you can come.
Yeah.
Is like, it's not. It's different for every person, but like,
I agree. Too much. Before we get into it any further, let's like rewind back and tell people what they are, just in case they don't know it. What it is.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can.
We have Coachella, who everyone knows what Coachella is, and then Revolve Fest usually happens during weekend one of Coachella, put on by Revolve, the fashion brand, and it's like a completely separate festival. They'll usually have like musical performances and everything there as well. And like, you know, all influencers that go, they get store credit to buy clothing ahead of time to go to the event, to like obviously wear the clothes, and then they have to make a certain amount of content depending on their follower level and all this stuff.
I learned from TikTok that there's two types of events. One is you are like an ambassador, or you're like really close to the brand and you get to stay at the Revolve Hotel, which is like they rebrand the hotel. Or you're just like an influencer and they send you an email saying like, hey, you're invited. Here's $2,000 credit to go into the website, spend the money on the clothes, come to the Revolve and wear it. So those are the two types.
But for those people, like not secondary, but for those ones, they were like
the lower level
They were still saying this is a VIP wristband. Yeah. And that's what was like throwing people. And I think this is actually the first year that Revolve was selling wristbands for like us common folk.
Oh, you could buy them.
So that's kind of what led to the big issue, which was that on day one, so Coachella is like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Revolve Fest was just Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. So Saturday, there was a specific spot, I believe, close on the Coachella grounds where Revolve was taking people in like those giant coach buses to get to the event. For some reason, people could not take Ubers to get to the event. Like, I think they just didn't want to give out the address, which if someone was there once, they can give out the address very easily.
That's so true.
Kind of a flawed system.
That's true.
But that kind of led to their demise because there just wasn't enough buses bringing people. So there was just giant lineups to get on these buses, and people were like, basically like, do you know who I am? Do you know like how many followers I have? Like, they were throwing this type of shit at the fucking bus drivers who like don't know anything.
Yep.
And then when people actually even got to the festival, there was like more lineups. Like, people were apparently in line for like 6 hours.
That's crazy.
And like people were like passing out in line because it was like
it's so hot.
The dead ass middle of the desert in Palm Springs, no water, no shade.
I also saw a video too. So like, okay, that makes sense because there are influencer wristbands and then there's like GA wristbands. And there were people, it wasn't the bus driver, but I guess it was like event coordinator being like, if you're an influencer, show your wristband, you can come in first. Like, they were trying to get the influencers in.
And do you know how much they were charging for those GA wristbands?
How much?
$2,000.
Shut the
That's
fuck
what I heard.
up.
I haven't seen it like personally, like on like a website or anything.
So
that's
crazy.
Just what I heard.
I just think Fire Festival vibes, and I was here for it, and I can't wait for the documentary. And then like they released a statement, obviously Revolve.
They did?
They did. I can pull it up here in a second. Ooh, my goodness, the bike. Basically they said, anticipation of the high level of interest in attending Revolve Fest this year, Revolve worked closely with all the appropriate city and safety authorities to ensure a safe and secure path for guests to access the 2-day invite-only event. As the festival was reaching capacity late Saturday afternoon, shuttle access to the venue was limited in order to remain in compliance with safety requirements, causing longer wait times for entry and resulting in some guests not being able to attend the festival. The safety of our guests is the utmost importance to us, and we are always make sure that is a priority. We sincerely apologize to all the guests who were impacted. We always strive to provide a great experience, and we promise to do better next time.
Did you see though that some like the girl that I was talking about before, she did like a whole rundown of the situation, but then she showed a screenshot of someone who supposedly worked on the Revolve team that was putting together the event, and they were just basically like, you ungrateful pieces of shit. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but they're just like, we worked really hard for this, and like, you guys are like complaining that it wasn't good enough. And it's like, you over invited, you got too overzealous because it was the first year back. You wanted to make a big bang, which is kind of crazy because Revolve puts on tons of events in the LA area. Like, they did 2 giant parties around Super Bowl weekend where they had like Justin Bieber and Drake performing. So it's like huge. And even when you got in, there was like a special VIP section where apparently if you weren't in that VIP section, there was like barely anything to drink. There was like, someone describes like one piece of small pizza per person. Like, I don't know. I would just like, you literally pissed off the worst people, because influencers,
they're money hungry.
They're it's not even money hungry.
Or like
they're
fame
like
hungry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like
that's what I meant.
Not egotistical is too hard of a word, but you know what I mean. It's like they're very like, do you know who I am? Like,
well, it's
I'm
like their
important.
job
Like, you're
to go and take a photo.
Like, you're crushing their personality, and they don't want that. Like, they
Totally.
like for this weekend. Like, I think Coachella just has so much hype about it.
Totally.
Which after watching all the videos, like, do you follow Remy Bader?
I was just gonna bring her up. I'm obsessed.
I was sending her videos to my friend all last weekend, being like, this would be me at Coachella. I'd be crying, miserable, hating it.
So my friend's there right now for Coachella weekend 2 for the first time, so I'm so excited to get her update when she gets back. Actually, Amanda, so she'll be on the podcast here in like a month or two, so we can like talk when she gets back. We can
love it.
But yeah, Remy, very interesting, because she actually was brought to it via Revolve.
Yeah.
She was like an ambassador or whatever, and she was like, actually, I love the Revolve Fest rather than Coachella. But it was very interesting, like the VIP section in Coachella too, you're so far away from the stage that she was like, is this a joke? Like, this is GA.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And I don't know, she made me not want to go. And like, very interesting, because she's like plus size, obviously, and she was like, it's just a very different experience. Like the sweat, the things you have to think about. I'm like, honestly, I get that.
Did you see the video though, where she was like in like what looked like a rickshaw,
Yeah,
just crying? But the way that she broke it down, where she was like, she was stuck in an Uber. They kept like getting lost, so she was like an hour late to an interview. So they hopped in this like thing
Bike.
with a guy, and then the guy
Because it takes
just
30 minutes to walk into the grounds.
Yeah, only if you're VIP you get access to like bikes or something like that. And then so they get in this like, I'm gonna call it a rickshaw because it's funnier. So they get in this, and the guy just starts blasting EDM music, and she just starts crying. I couldn't stop laughing.
It was so good, and she was like, and I sweat through my dress, and I had to go to the interview. Like,
oh man, dude, that would be me. I bought tickets one year to go with my friends, but then we ended up selling them because we like couldn't find a place to stay because we waited too long. Like, pro tip, if you're gonna buy Coachella tickets, the same day you buy your tickets, if not sooner, buy your accommodations, because then it's not worth it whatsoever.
No.
But I don't know, like, I don't know why, but a part of me still, like, I need to go once.
Me too.
But completely, like, I think it's really hard to get rid of the I want to fit in and like have a cool outfit, but it's like if you go because you genuinely love the artists that are there and you can just wear a comfortable outfit and not get caught up in that, then like maybe it would be fun. I know myself too much. I would want to do something really fun, and like I know in the morning I'd be like, these shoes are uncomfortable, but they make the outfit, and then cut to me like 2 hours later crying.
Yeah. I go comfort. I went to Squamish Music Festival, which is like nothing compared to Coachella, but like same vibes. And I literally just wore a flower crown.
I was miserable at Squamish.
I had the best time. It was so fun. But the
difference for Squamish was though, so Steve won a VIP trip through like Virgin Mobile or something. So we were in like the VIP area, like literally right next to the main stage, just like on the other side of it. And so it was camping. Mm-hmm. I don't camp.
Yeah, we camped as well.
I hated it. But the thing is even being in the VIP section, they had portable showers and they had portable bathrooms, which was nice.
Yeah.
But for me, I was getting irritated because like it was so fucking hot, and like people just dummied the showers. They were disgusting. You couldn't be in it for like more than a minute because there was just like grime everywhere. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
So like I was just so irritated because I couldn't get dressed up and cute because I couldn't even be in the shower to like, because there was like a sink where you could do your hair, but it was just so hot and steamy in there. Couldn't do my hair, so my hair was in a disgusting bun the whole time. And you go to the festival and there's all these girls that are like, were either staying in hotels or only coming up for the day, because I think with Squamish you could just buy day ones. Yeah. So they're all looking like super cute. I just like felt like a fucking lump of clay basically. So c'est la vie.
Yeah, c'est la vie. We camped off ground, like at a different campground, and then someone just was the DD. It was like a 10-minute drive. Because like you actually don't want to get drunk at a music festival all day. Like you have to pace yourself, like, and you want to enjoy the music. Like I don't want to be that person blacked out, like on drugs and drunk and like not knowing where I am. Like I just spent money. I want to go see who I want to go see.
Oh, on the second day we fell asleep like in our campground. We were sleeping in the shade because it was so hot in our tent, and we fell asleep, and while we were sleeping the sun moved over and we both got sunstroke.
Oh,
because we were like for 2 hours just the sun straight beating on us.
Oh, that sounds like hell.
And then the fucking pillows they gave us were those like little how do you describe these pillows for the audio listeners? Like a tube. Like a tube pillow. Yep. Those were the ones they gave us because like as part of the VIP package we got to keep the whole tent and everything inside of it. Wow. It was pretty sick. But yeah, the pillows were shit, and I get bad vertigo. So one night, the little tube pillow fell beneath my neck, and I fell asleep upside down. I woke up the next morning.
I just got dizzy thinking about it.
I've never been so miserable in my life.
Oh.
Poor Steve. And, like, he threw up on his shoes. Like, it was, like, the thing is looking back on it, we're like, wow, we had, like, the typical festival experience.
That is so funny. I mean, true. I get really bad vertigo, too, so I can only imagine.
Oh my, I remember like calling my mom being like, what the fuck do I do? And she's like, go to Starbucks and get a shot of espresso. That should help. And I was like, how does I did it. I don't know if that helped or not. I don't know.
I have exercise, like actual vertigo exercises. I can send them to you if it ever happens again.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
And that was actually the year at Squamish that Eminem, it was like his first time like performing in Canada for a really long time.
Oh, cool.
And so we like got to the front really early so then we could have a really good view. And then guess what happens when the show starts? The girl in front of us gets on her boyfriend's shoulders, and I just see straight ass the whole time. And I was like, this should be illegal. No, this should not be allowed.
No, it's so dumb. And it's
because
like also,
for one person to get a really good view, now about 15 people do not have a view.
It's so rude. I hate when that happens. I'm not afraid to tap someone on the shoulder and be like, get the fuck down at these festivals.
That's what I kept telling Steve. I was like, can I tell her to tap? And he's like, no, this is her experience. You just have to let her have it. And I was like,
well, it's really my experience.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, just move to the side. And I'm like, I can't.
And I'm not a bitch about it, but I usually be like, hey, like, sorry, do you mind coming down like after the song? Like, really nice about it. Some people will fight back. Some people will do it.
Even people at concerts, though.
Yeah,
like, who stand up the whole time. I don't get it.
Oh, no, standing up is fine on concerts.
How's that any different?
Standing, because you stand up.
No, but what if I don't want... Not everyone stands up.
Not everyone's... Okay, that is different because...
As long as you take breaks, it's not like the whole time. Because I went to a Katy Perry concert once and it was with my niece.
Yeah.
And there was a mom and a young girl that was like same age, like 8, 9, 10-ish. And the two people in front of them were standing the entire time. The little girl did not get to see a goddamn thing.
I think it's different because when you're on common ground, literally on one flat surface, that is unfair because there's no way that you can get taller than that person. Okay. But at a stadium, you're purposely on a slant, so when you stand up, it's different. Kids, I don't think kids should go to concerts. That's not fair because truly, because no one is going to sit down. You go to a concert to dance. When you're out even on a festival, you dance, but like on a shoulder, that's like super unfair.
Okay,
it happened when my mom and my dad and I went to Philip Phillips, and we stand during concerts because we like to dance. Like, what is the purpose of spending $200 to sit there and nod your head when you can actually like live your life and dance? Like, I don't get it. And this guy turned around and was like, hey, do you mind sitting down? And we're like, hey, like, no offense, but no. We're like, we paid a lot of money to come. Like, we're going to dance. Like, I would really appreciate if you stood. Like, we're not sitting. You're the only one sitting in the stadium. So I think it's appropriate to say no to that when you're in a stadium. But at a festival, no. That's my take.
2 hot takes.
There you go. Okay.
After we've been rambling about all this, what's next?
J-Lo and Ben Affleck are engaged for the second time.
I think this one's gonna last, to be honest.
Okay, I really hope so, because this is like her 6th engagement, and I mean, he did cheat on her in Number 5 Orange in Vancouver. Like, that's the vibe.
Like, that was back in the day?
Yeah, that's the rumor. I don't even care about the engagement. I just want to talk about how they announced the engagement. Because, like, did you follow, like, what's up?
No.
Okay, so she started a new newsletter. And she has been teasing a special announcement to, like, join and blah, blah, blah. She announced her engagement via the newsletter that you had to sign up for. And, like, to get the video, you had to sign up for the newsletter. Which I'm like, that doesn't scream love to me.
Do you know how many brands, though, like, ask me, hey, does your influencer have a newsletter? And I'm like, no.
No. But, like... That doesn't... I don't think your engagement should be announced by you making money or whatever your MO is.
It's not even making money.
No, it's just like...
Unless it was, like, sponsored. Unless she was just like, oh, this is a really great way to build the newsletter sign-ups. Yeah. And then in the future, she'll make money off of it.
It's so funny because
Unless she's just data mining and taking everyone's emails and selling them off to another company.
Jen Shaw vibes.
Yeah.
But no, it's really funny because J-Lo is a huge community user, which is like that thing where you can get like a phone number and text J-Lo and she'll text back, right? And so I was getting community for a couple of our clients, so I had to sign up for they, like, when Community, like, the team was like, hey, like, sign up for JLo so you can see, like, what it is. I still get messages from JLo, and she wishes me happy birthday 3 times a year, and it's, like, never on my birthday. I'm like, I don't know what's up, like, JLo. And it's, like, she doesn't say, like, hey, it's JLo, like, have a good birthday. Like, I obviously didn't save her number. It's, like, hey, babe, or hey, girly. And I'm like, JLo, leave me alone.
I don't understand how, like, people, like, who are the consumers of that, like, love that product.
It makes no sense. It makes sense
unless
for, like,
there's, like, just really juvenile kids that just really do not understand that it's, like,
I think that
Robocall.
It makes sense for, like, Instagram and YouTubers that are on the lower scale. Like, there's no way that JLo is typing happy birthday, but there is a better chance that, like, Tana Mojo is actually responding, or, like, Colleen Ballinger. You know what I mean? Because they do show that they are responding. So it makes sense for that. But, like, the big mega stars, like, they're not doing shit.
Yeah, it's all their assistants.
So they're engaged. I really hope it lasts. I hope that Ben removes his back tattoo.
I was just gonna say that too. Like, that back tattoo is fucking terrible.
I just, like, I really want this to last. Her engagement ring is so beautiful. It's, like, green emerald.
Ew, why does she keep getting a colored
emerald.
one?
It's a light green. I mean, she's had 6 engagement rings. You gotta get creative.
But the last one he got her was, like, pink.
Clearly, she loves it.
Woman's got no taste, clearly.
Yeah. Okay, on the train of good celebrity news, Britney Spears is pregnant. And we here
happy for her.
We here at the We Apologize Advance podcast are Britney stans. Like, we support her in everything she does. I think she's rushing a little too fast with life.
I think the announcement, first of all, was a bit hasty because it's like she just found out. Like, any, like, average normal person, you don't really announce until you finish your first trimester, because that's when things can go wrong. So, like, now it's gonna look even worse. Like, God forbid, like, fingers crossed, knock on wood, nothing happens. But, like, if something does, now you have to, like, backtrack on that.
But even on that, like, that's fine. I think women should share, like, if they're okay with the feeling that they have to announce, and then they know that they might have to announce a miscarriage, like, that's totally fine. Like, go for it. I don't care when you announce. But her actual announcement was so confusing because she kept on going back towards, like, a food baby and then a real baby. So I was like, is she pregnant?
And it's the dots. It's the way that she types. It's so fucking manic.
It's so crazy. So I'm like, I don't know if she's actually pregnant, but, like, every other post, she's like, I have a baby now. I'm eating for 2. I'm like, okay, so she's pregnant. Cool. I believe her. I wish the best for her. Like, she was living up her life. Like, she was, like, traveling. Like, I was so happy for her. But she did announce in her announcement that it was her husband. Like, her and her husband was expecting. So did she get married secretly?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
I caught it.
Oh.
So that's also news. I have no idea. Unless, like, you just call your husband, like, your fiance, your husband. Like, that does happen. But you just never know in Britney's mind. And unfortunately, I do have to say, I did unfollow her from Instagram because her posts make me sad. Like, they just make me sad. Weird. Like, they're just a little, like, I just feel bad for her.
Yeah, I feel bad too. I feel like she's not 100% there, but it's not because, like, I think it's just from all the years of getting awful drugs fed to her.
1,000%. She's been brainwashed in every other way. Like, I really hope her husband is a good person. I don't know anything about him.
He's been with her for a while,
I know, like 5 years or something. So, like, that's good. So I really hope they have, like,
dealing with everything with the
conservatorship.
Yeah, the conservatorship.
So
thank you.
It seems like he's sticking around, which I'm really happy for. And I just, like, I just hope everything goes well for her. Because I am happy for her. I just, like, I'm, like, nervous. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll support her. Okay, so we're gonna move into literally all the other stories for this episode are, like, courtroom drama. But, like, celebrities are in court. So let's just, like, rip through them. So the first one is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Wait, no, I feel like we should talk about that last because I got things to say.
Okay, great. Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian trial.
I'm very confused about this.
Very confused. Okay, so I have been trying to rack my brain around, like, what's up. Because
I know why she's doing it, but I just don't know, like, what the updates have been to, like, get a gauge of, like, who's winning so far.
Well, I think her lawsuit in general is so dumb. So, like, she is suing the Kardashians for canceling her show, basically, and taking her fame. Like, she would have been more famous.
It's defamation. I think she basically is claiming that they were the reason why her show was not renewed for a second season. It's like, hello, your show was, like, Rob and Chyna, and, like, Rob and Chyna do not exist anymore. Well, together.
So that's what Chris said. She was like, when she went on the stand, because this isn't filmed, so it's like we're just getting tidbits of, like, articles and people
like drawings.
Me too. Like, who is who? Like, truly, who is who? But so Chris, like, went on the stand and said, like, we didn't cancel it. It was E! Network. When you guys broke up, there was no show. Like, why would we continue and whatever? So, like, that's, like, their whole argument. And it's coming out now, like, obviously, like, they're trying to paint her in a horrible light. So, like, everything's coming out about how she, like, threatened to kill Kylie because, like, the whole Tyga connection. And she was like so mean to Rob, like she strangled him one time. Like, it's just getting really weird.
Did we ever talk about that the Instagram or the tweets, like where where Black China was like, I just had to give up 3 of my cars because I'm a single mom and I don't get any support. And then Tyga's like, I have our son from Monday to Saturday and I pay for all of his schooling and expenses. And then the other baby daddy. Like, I paid $40,000 for school. And then Rob was like, oh, I paid $36,000 for all the schooling and I cover all of her expenses and she's with me like Tuesday to Saturday or something like that.
Yeah, that's
so then everyone's
funny.
Like, holy shit, like you only have your kids 1 to 2 times a week.
Yeah, it's just like not good. And I've been reading a couple articles. There hasn't been a whole lot out of like what's going on really. I don't really care. I'm not on Black China's side. Like, I think this is such a dumb thing to go through. She just wants clout, and I hope the outcome is in the favor of the Kardashians.
I feel like she just made like a dumb move because she could have been the full-time mom for both of them and she probably would have had a healthy living on the child support. But instead, I think she was like, no, I can make more money like being a celebrity. Yeah. And that's where you had too much confidence.
Well, I think like where she went wrong, like maybe she was like, okay, I'm gonna sue them and, you know, get famous, get back in the limelight. And the Kardashians like, take us to court, bitch. Like, we're right. And now they're in court and it's like, oh my God, I went too far. And now that they're just like, they are just shitting on China to be like, you'd have done this. Like, she is not coming out in any positive light in this trial. Like, it's just bad.
No, it's rough. I mean, she makes like $1 million a year on OnlyFans. Like, I'm sorry, that's a pretty healthy income, but it's just not the lifestyle you want to live.
Well, okay, this blows my mind when celebrities like get a divorce and like Jesse Wellens, oh my God, I can't remember now. Actually, I don't want to use an example because I don't know the numbers. But basically, they have kids or they just like don't have kids and they get divorced and it's like, you have to pay alimony because like I'm used to a certain type of living and that's $400,000 a month. I'm like, I understand you're on a different level than us, but I think you can compromise and not spend $400,000 a month. Like, that's absolutely insane to me.
But I think it's like the houses in the area. Like, if this is LA, like most of that is probably like houses, nannies, housekeepers, and then it's like spending. So 100%. I mean, 400,000 is like absolutely nuts. But fucking alimony, man.
It's crazy. I mean, if there is a rich man out there that wants to marry me, I will do it for the money. Just kidding. Just for a couple years.
Sugar baby for hire.
Yes. Get that feet pic started.
Was there anyone else?
Yes, there's one more really quickly. A$AP Rocky was arrested after landing in LAX from the Barbados. Okay, so in 2021, there was a non-fatal shooting in LA, and it's come forth that he was the person, apparently, allegedly. So he was arrested right when he landed, and he went to jail, but he's now out on like a $500,000 bail, and his court date is set for like next month sometime. Oof. So ongoing. But did you also hear about like the crazy cheating allegations and how this person like made it up on TikTok?
Yeah, like the A$AP cheating on Rihanna. That had me in a tailspin. Literally, me and Steve had this
freaking way. They're so cute together. Like, it
literally sparked a conversation between me and Steve because I just kept being like, why do all these men keep cheating on the most royalty of female celebrities? Like Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce. No one is safe. A$AP cheating on Rihanna.
Ben's cheating on J-Lo.
Yeah. Like, I don't fucking understand.
I don't stand a chance.
my theory is that all of these men, like, when you're a celebrity, you have a level of ego to you. And when anything even touches that ego, where it's gonna, like, in a negative way, like, so they're dating these women who are, like, as equally famous, if not more famous in some senses. Yep. I would argue, Steve would very much disagree. I think Beyonce is more popular than Jay-Z. Jay-Z's been around for a very long time. Yes. He started a lot of things, but in the new age, Beyonce is a lot more recognizable than than Jay-Z is.
Agreed.
So that probably hurts him. At one point, he was the big one. Like, she was the one being taken under his wing, but like shit's switched. And I think that like hurts their egos. And then they're like, fuck this, I can go get any bitch I want. And then they go do that. And then that's what I was like saying, like maybe with A$AP Rocky's mom, like Rihanna's like in the fucking limelight, like Savage X Fenty, Fenty Beauty, Fenty skincare, like fucking everything. And now she's pregnant. That's all anyone wants. And she might be releasing music. Like
she's killing it.
Tier.
And her pregnancy vibe is everything. Like, she's just glowing, and I love her. And like, it was really funny because I was like, oh, I love them together, but now like he cheated, he's like attempted murder. Like, I don't know about this dude anymore. Like, I mean, time will tell. It's all alleged. He didn't cheat. It was squash.
Yeah.
But this whole attempted murder thing must be a lot for Rihanna, who's like about to give birth at any minute. Like, that's just too much stress.
I saw a meme where it was Rihanna and Britney Spears on a stage together, and it's like both haven't released music since 2016, both pregnant in 2022, and they're both just like this.
Oh my god, that's funny. So we wish the best. I hope this isn't true, and we'll see. We'll give you updates.
I hope she has a girl. I hope Rihanna has a girl.
Me too. And I'm
really
excited to see like what the name is going to be, because I feel like she's going to do something really cool, but it's not going to be like weird cool, you know? Like, I think it might be a little bit traditional. I don't know. I'm excited.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, before we go into the shows that we're watching.
No, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, before we go into the shows that we're watching, let's talk about the TikTok trial of the century.
Okay.
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Have you seen the Milani stuff yet?
No.
Okay, this is my favorite fucking part of the whole thing.
Okay, perfect.
So, the alleged abuse of Johnny Depp supposedly beating up Amber Heard was between the years of 2014 to 2016.
Yeah.
And she claimed that she had this very specific Milani brand cosmetic thing.
Right.
That had like concealer palette. And she claimed that she had that for the entire relationship, and that's what she used to cover up her bruises. And then Milani Cosmetics on their official TikTok account made like an actually like pretty funny video where it's like, I'm an international super spy. So they basically outed Amber Heard and was like, this product didn't come out until 2017, and your abuse was happening supposedly between 2014 to 2016. So it's just like,
this is a full justice for Johnny Depp moment, because his life was ruined. He had no career, nothing since this came out. So basically the whole trial is Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for writing in 2018, I believe. She put out an article about how she survived domestic abuse. Didn't name Johnny Depp, but it was like very indirectly Johnny
so it's
Depp.
Another like defamation lawsuit.
And honestly, like this was the messiest divorce, and I definitely checked out a couple years ago because I was like, ooh, they're both toxic, obviously. Like, they're both crazy, and I'm sure they both have done their fair share of crazy things, but I think Amber Heard takes the cake. Like, the video of she like sets up the camera the day after his dad dies or something like that, and is like gaslighting him to get mad. Like, get mad. Are you going to get mad? Like, come on. Like, trying to like egg it on for the video. And I'm like, Amber, you are not looking good right now. And TikTok, like, every day they're posting, like, every time he wears his hair up, the next day she wears her hair up.
Oh,
or, like,
yeah.
He wears a suit, she wears a suit. And Johnny is just so funny in his like like, her lawyers are idiots.
Oh, my favorite, like, my two favorites. One is like, they're like, would you say that you're physically bigger than Amber Heard?
So
he's
good.
like, no, I wouldn't say so.
Even
and
Amber,
her face was like,
Amber even tried to like not to laugh. Like, it was so funny. And then like
the hearsay thing. Did you see that one?
The throat thing.
What was the throat thing?
Okay, so like so I think their lawyers didn't understand this text exchange, but it was a text exchange about how he about her throat, and how like he was something about like strangling, and he was like, oh, I have other ideas that I want you to use your throat for, and it does not cause injury. So basically a blowjob.
Yeah.
And the lawyer is like reading this out, thinking that he's doing something, saying that like you were going to hurt him.
Thought you did
and
something.
he like kept on repeating, he's like, did you say this? He's like, yes, I did. And he's like laughing because it's like he's basically saying that she's got to give him like a blowjob, and it was just like so funny. And everyone's like, this lawyer's, has he ever had sex before? Like,
oh my
like,
god.
So funny. I don't know. It's not going well for Amber. And like, again, we don't know the true story, and I'm sure there is both sides. I don't know if it's fully physical. I'm sure there was emotional and verbal from both sides, because they just seem like a toxic couple.
Yeah, 100%. But the two other things is there's one where Amber's lawyer kept calling for hearsay. So when Johnny Depp was testifying, he'd be like, so-and-so said, and then the lawyer would be like, hearsay, that's hearsay, strike it. And then he keeps talking, and then he'll be like, so-and-so said, and he just kind of like looks at the lawyer and waits before he says, and then the lawyer's like, Hearsay.
And then Johnny like nods his head, like it's so good. And then there was like Elon Musk, even because he's like ex with Amber Heard, and he said that she was abusive to him too, or whatever.
Yeah, she looks psychotic.
No, she's psychotic. And then there was another one where his like friend took the stand about like drugs or something, being like, "Well, did you do drugs?" And he's like, "Everyone." It was like, "Did Johnny do cocaine with Ever?" He's like, "Yeah, and I did too." Like it was just like, I don't know, this. They're kind of making a joke out of it because it's like so ridiculous, but at the same time, like they have to be serious. So
have you seen the poop on the bed?
No, I haven't heard it.
So I don't know what the exact claim is.
But she ate Taco Bell or something. That's all I know.
Yeah, he's basically claiming that like her and her friends like shit in their bed, like on purpose or something. I don't know. But then Steve showed me this meme yesterday where it's like Amber Heard's morning routine: shit, eat, get out of bed.
Oh my god, that's so good. And like, again, we're not making fun of this because like domestic abuse obviously is a huge thing, and I hope justice is served for whoever is in the wrong. But this trial, they're fucking funny. Like they're both really funny. They're just toxic. This shouldn't have been public, and the fact that they're live streaming this so everyone can watch
I guess because it's not a criminal.
Yeah, something.
Or like maybe like Johnny was like, this has to be public. Like
yeah,
this.
Because how dumb it is. Yeah. I wonder. Like I would love to just see the jury's faces and all of this. Like it's an actually jury trial. Like they have to do a verdict. So I'm just so interested, and it is the trial of the century.
One more thing.
Yes.
So when she won from their divorce settlement, the money, she claimed that she was going to donate it all to like.
Did she not?
So I can't remember what the amount is, but she basically said that whatever she would win in the divorce proceedings, she would donate it to like abused women, basically.
Wow.
And so she never did. And so when people were like, "Did you ever donate that money?" Her lawyer did come out and say she never did. She donated $200,000 of it, which is like a drop. I think she got like $7 million, maybe more than that. I can't remember the number, but they're like she donated $200,000, but because she is now being sued by Johnny, she needed to retain that money for the lawyer. But then a girl on TikTok broke down the timeline. She's like, you had that money for a year before you heard of anything of Johnny Depp suing you. So like you had an entire year to do it. So it was all like a fucking lie.
This is buck wild, and this is insane. I'm eating it up. Like TikTok is keeping me entertained, and I just feel like I'm in the courtroom. So I'm very entertained. I'm so curious to see what the jury is gonna do. But I'm assuming it's Johnny Depp.
Justice for Johnny. I mean, again, do not approve of any type of domestic battery, but like, no, I'm not going to say any more than that.
Don't say. Yeah, we don't know what it's like, and I think they both have a part in this, obviously. I just think Amber is exaggerating it, and it's not looking good because she's lying, and if she just told the truth of what he actually did, it probably would have gone way better in her favor.
I think I'm just really salty because, like, there's not going to be any more Pirates of the Caribbean movies with them.
Yeah, what was that
and
thing
he lost his role in Fantastic Beasts, and I saw the new movie. It's not the same without him.
I have a feeling after this trial, if he is vindicated, he'll be back.
He said he'll never go back to Pirates.
No, I heard that, but like I think his career will be like I think he'll have jobs after this.
Oh, sorry, one more thing. So he is now one of the faces of Dior for like their men's fragrance line.
Cool.
And it's funny because Amber Heard literally told him once that she's like, you'll never get a Dior campaign because you're an old saggy man. And now here he is with a fucking Dior campaign. That's so
good. Yeah, she's nasty.
Nasty, they just
girl. Like bottom line, they just shouldn't be together. So there you go.
Toxic meets toxic.
Okay, so TV shows. Obviously, Selling Sunset was just released this past weekend.
Watched any?
I watched 2 episodes.
Okay, I watched 7.
Okay, would love to hear what's up. Because you said it's unhinged.
Christine is just absolutely psychotic.
I have a theory that like, okay, so everyone obviously hates her like of the original cast and they don't get along, but like she brings drama, so they have to bring in new people to be her friends. Like I feel like
that's exactly what happened.
And so this British girl, no disrespect to her, I've only seen 5 minutes of her. She annoys the shit out of me. Her voice is like Valley UK, and she's just so. I mean, I'm really loud.
Scripted. Yeah, it's not natural anymore. It's like, oh no, I'll tell them who I'm.
Yeah.
Like it's so that. Sorry, that made absolutely no sense. But
you don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, but it's just. I don't know. It was just like I was watching it in the background because I can't give it my divided attention anymore because it's just becoming so cringy. I mean, it's an interesting look into Chrishell and Jason's dating, and it's actually like I can now understand why they broke up, because literally everyone the entire season is like, you two should have a baby. Oh, Jason said he wants a baby, and you guys are gonna have a baby. And I can see he immediately, like, every single time it gets brought up, his face is like, what the fuck have I done?
Also, okay, like, again, I'm only 1.5 episodes in, but Amanda is on a whole new level of, like, energy this season. Like, her first scene when she, like, came to Greece, I don't know if you remember it, and she was just like, oh my god, my 2 favorite people. Like, it's just annoying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is, like, a lot of it feels very scripted and redone. Like, and there was also a TikTok where I haven't seen the scene yet, but it's Jason on the phone, like, with a buyer being like, we're bringing you an offer, but it's his home screen. So it's like he's not actually on the call. So it's like a lot of this stuff is like, you know, they'll be filming and they'll say something, but then maybe the audio was wrong, and they'll be like, can you say that again? And like, you know, so I think that happens. So a lot of it probably naturally does happen, but just has to be redone, and then it looks weird because you're repeating the same thing.
It looks so weird, but honestly, like, I'm still a stan. I'm really happy that they're doing a reunion.
Oh yeah, like, that's gonna be like, so good.
I think every reality TV show needs to have a reunion. Like, we don't have closure. Like, we just need to talk about it.
I have a feeling, and I haven't finished the season, and it's literally just a hunch, but I think Christine is going to be gone at the end of this season, because I think they're inching her out, because she's not in it. The whole theme of the show is that, you know, this new British girl wants to come in, and because they've hired so many new people, Mary keeps saying, like, you know, we can't bring new people on unless old people leave. But then it kind of, like, you don't know who it's going to be yet, because, like, Davina also isn't pulling her weight. Could leave. Vanessa isn't pulling her weight either, because she's kind of like...
Who's Vanessa?
The Latino girl that came in last season. And she's kind of, like, more prioritizing her long-distance relationship. So it's kind of hard to say. Davina's trying so hard, and, like, it's getting really embarrassing for her, I have to say. Like, an old client from one of the previous seasons, yikes. She just, like, accuses her of, like, harassing her, basically, to, like, get it's a good season. It's still worth a watch. Yeah, but, like, Christine, like, every conversation she has with people, she'll be like, I never said that. And they'll be like, this is exactly what you said. She's like, oh, yeah, I fucking said that. It's funny, though, isn't it? And they're like, no. It's inappropriate.
Oh, no.
And she'll be like, fuck you, bitch, I thought it was funny. And you're just like, she just has, like, the worst memory. Like, she just doesn't want to, like, own up to her shit. Like, she'll happily say something to a news outlet, but then when someone calls her out on it, she's like, I never said that. Oh, actually I did, but it was really, really funny, wasn't it? And they're like, no.
Oh my god, that's annoying. Yeah, but I always will watch it, because it's just, I have a sweet spot. Yeah, but like,
I'll always
I
watch
love it. Okay, other shows really quickly that I'm watching. Real Housewives of New Jersey. I just have to say, I was sleeping on it for so long. I watched, like, the first, like, 3 seasons, and then I stopped, and then during COVID, I watched 3 seasons in, like, a week, because I literally had nothing else to do, and I'm so obsessed. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend Bad Vegan on Netflix. Have you seen it? It's 4...
Oh, I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
Okay, I'm only 1.5 episodes in as well. It's like a theme. I can't get through that 1.5. But it's like this crazy story about this, like, restaurant owner of, like, the most popular, like, vegan restaurant, how, like, they're basically scammed and, like, didn't pay their employees and stuff. Like, it's still unraveling. I didn't watch the trailer, and I didn't read the synopsis, because my cousin said it's, like, so wild. Go in with not knowing anything. Blind. And so I'm still trying to piece all the pieces together, but it's very good. And then my last show that I just finished that I would highly, highly recommend is, I think I talked about it before, but The Dropout on Disney Plus with Amanda Seyfried.
I watched, like, the first 2 episodes. There's just so much content right now, but I'm trying to dabble into everything, and I'm honestly really enjoying. I'm rewatching all of Malcolm in the Middle, because I loved that show.
My sister's boyfriend is doing that with Noah, my nephew.
It's so fucking funny, and it was cute. It was not on any streaming service for the longest time, and I think it, like, just got on Disney Plus, like, secretly. Like, they didn't really, like, do, like, a proper, like, it deserves a banner card, in my opinion. And I just came across it one day, and I was like, you're shitting me. I'm so excited. So oh my gosh. I'm on, like, the 5th season out of 8.
Wow,
and I'm
that's
just
amazing.
Blast through it.
When I'm done Real Housewives of New Jersey, I'm going to rewatch King of Queens. Do you remember? So, because I actually won't be rewatching. I'll be watching it for the first time, like, all the way through, because like, it was a show growing up that was on, like, constantly, but it never...
You got bits and pieces.
So, like, I loved it so much, but I never sat down and actually followed the storyline. So I'm going to do that.
I remember the series finale being very depressing, though.
I don't even remember it, so don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell you. Cool. But I want you to watch it and then, like, explain the last season, so then the series finale makes sense, because I never watched it.
Got it.
So the finale, I was like, that took a fucking 180. Like, that makes no sense. So I need to understand how the last...
Okay, don't tell me. Okay. But also, lastly, it's not what I'm watching, but I'm just so proud of my mother because she is watching Friends for the first time in her whole entire life, like from front to back. Same with like the King of Queen thing, or the King of Queens. Is like she's watched bits and pieces, but she's never watched a storyline. And for some reason, she has fought me on it. I have asked her many times to like, let's rewatch it together. And for her birthday, we started it, and she is like on season 3 already. It's been like a week and a half.
Oh, Friends is like it's like it's so easy to watch. Like you get every episode is prime. Yeah. The only episodes I hate is when they do flashbacks. Like fucking waste of time. Totally. They were just like, everyone's on vacation. Let's just take what we got left on the cutting room floor and plop it together.
So true.
No, that's great. I'm trying to think if I'm watching anything else. It's mostly Malcolm in the Middle.
I love that for you.
Housewives of Beverly Hills is coming back soon.
So excited. That trailer, they just do it right. So good. Yeah. It's so good. OC just ended. Thank God.
I can't get into any of these other ones because I cannot commit to like I have to watch it from the beginning. Yeah, and like and OC is like the original, isn't it?
It's the original. So like the first 3 seasons suck ass.
And that's the thing is like you have to watch them or you're gonna miss context as you get further into it. And I think I tried to watch New York once because I liked some of the characters there. But the second it goes on my screen and it's a square, I'm like, game over.
That's so funny. You always say that.
I don't know what it is. Like even like Gilmore Girls, game over. Although I will say I sent Tony Rose a TikTok of a Gilmore Girls scene and I was like, oh, this song. I'm like, I'm very curious because I get a lot of those on my For You page because I get really into it. And I was like, describe the context. I want to know what's happening.
And I sent a whole paragraph.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. And I was like, and that's how I would like to live with all Gilmore Girls content.
That is so funny. Oh, I just love TV, but like COVID, I just watched too much. So now I'm trying to do more than watch TV, but it's just like so tiring. Like I'm just so tired all the time. Yeah. But hopefully in the next couple of weeks, my voice will go back to normal because actually I didn't say this, but it turned into a respiratory infection. But like, are we surprised?
No.
So no, not at all.
Whatsoever.
Just happy that I was triple vaxxed. Do you have an apology of the week?
Wait, sorry, we have one last thing to talk about. Do you follow Tinks on TikTok?
Okay, no, I don't, but I've heard there's controversy. Can you tell me who this is and what's going on?
I don't follow her that closely because I followed her in the beginning of COVID, and funny enough, every brand for like a 3-month period was like, we want someone either like Tinks or we want Tinks if you have access
what
to her.
What kind of stuff does she do?
Like, it's just like opinionated. Like, do you follow Teffy?
Yes.
Kind of similar, like, you know, like pop-ish culture. She just kind of like gives her opinion on stuff like that. She's kind of like describes herself as like your big sister kind of thing. So like general content. Right. She has like a podcast. She gets like pretty big guests on it as well too. Okay, cool. And basically some old tweets resurfaced of her basically like fat shaming. Ugh. And those are from like 2012, 2013. So they're like, you know, it's like Kim Kardashian is so fat, or like, oh my God, Coachella is so many fat girls, like stuff like that. Ew. And then also like during COVID, she was like liking and retweeting like a bunch of like stuff about COVID that was like incorrect and all this stuff. So like, in my opinion, from like, not that I'm a professional PR person, I've seen a lot worse. But I think what, you know, a lot of people are saying, because like when the situations happen of someone like saying the N-word back in the day or saying the F-word back in the day, they're like, they kind of somewhat give people a little bit of slack because they're like, back then it was kind of okay, but it's never been okay to fat shame people. So that's why people are going in a little bit more. And I don't know if it's as big as I think it is, because I obviously have the very specific For You page because I came across it once, and then I've seen a couple videos since, but the videos aren't big. So I don't know if this is like micro or macro, or if I'm just involved in it because I watched one video and now it's like circulating. But I just always think it's interesting to see how influencers are getting called out on their shit from the past.
Has she reacted to it yet?
No, everyone's like, if she apologizes, it'll blow over. But like the longer an influencer waits for this, and like PR teams will always say, don't say anything. And it's like, you have to say something. You have to say something because... But people then are going to read into everything. Like, when have you ever seen an influencer apology where you're like, that was good?
That was good. No, totally.
It's always terrible.
It's always terrible, but I'm always on the side of, like, just apologize and, like, be as genuine as you can. Because, like, apologies are, like, they just come off so fake because it's, like, you feel like you have to do it. But I think, like... Yeah, like you said, we'll forgive you. Like, 2012, it's never been okay to fat shame someone, but, like, it's actually okay to grow and change and, like, be a different person, and hopefully she is, and she'd be like, oh my God, I would never say those things today, and, like, whatever. I always say, like, if I become famous, like, RIP, like, I don't know what I've done, and, like, I'm locked out of my Twitter account, and, you know, I'm not racist, and I don't fat shame people, and I don't tweet about that stuff, but like I'm sure there was one or two that could probably be misconstrued in some way.
All of my tweets are just like really emotional, like breakup tweets. Like Steve used to make fun of them. I had to go back at one point and delete all of them because he would just like every once in a while he'd be like, "This is your tweet from 3 years ago. What was going on that day?" And
that is so funny. Mine is like all like I remember my first. There was like this website you can go and find your first tweet ever, and it was like going to the Jonas Brothers concert. So I'm very innocent for sure, but I'm just like, anyone could be screwed.
I can't do Twitter. For the longest time,
no.
My old boss was like, "We need to use Twitter. We need to follow people on Twitter," and I was like, I'll try. And I was like, okay, today's my first day tweeting. Never again. Cannot do it. It's just not my platform.
Me either. I stopped about like 8 years ago. But I was heavy into it, like the later high school years and university. Remember when, like, I don't know if you do this, but like you can set up alerts for like when your friends tweet, it would come in a text message because we didn't have like data. So we would do that for all our friends, and all the time we would tweet, we'd all get it to our phones and stuff. Like we loved Twitter.
No, I didn't have that. Twitter. I only use Twitter now to follow one guy. His name's Rob Zussman, and I think he works for like Global TV, and he gives the best breakdowns whenever Bonnie Henry does like a COVID breakdown.
Oh my gosh.
She's like bing bang boom, that's all.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I don't go on Twitter at all. So there you
go. In terms of apology of the week, I have a small one.
I don't have one.
It's very simplistic. It's more so an apology from Poppy to me and Steve. I'm going to frame it this way.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks ago, she had an appointment on a Saturday to go get her like yearly checkup at the vet, which is downtown here because we really like the vet. So we're like, we'll make the trek. And the night before, she's like doing this like really weird cough thing, like back to back to back. And I was like, that's weird. We go to bed, everything's fine. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, back to back to back coughing, like nothing coming up, but she's just coughing. And so I Google, which is the worst thing you fucking do when you have some sort of ailment, and it's like, oh, it might be kennel cough. And kennel cough is like the worst
My
thing.
cousin dog has it right now.
It's like it's like the flu for dogs, but it's like very, very contagious. So I was like, fuck. So she eventually goes back to sleep. Everything's kind of fine in the morning. Things are fine. But I call the vet and I'm like, hey, FYI, I think she might have kennel cough. And I just want to let you know because I don't want to bring her inside. I figured you might want to come out. And usually kennel cough can like resolve itself. But I was like, I've never dealt with it before. This is abnormal. I want you to check her out because if it does get too bad, it can turn into pneumonia, I think, or something like that. So they're like, okay, fine. Yeah, like bring her in. So we go all the way down there. And like Poppy's totally normal. She's fine. She's her happy-go-lucky fucking self. So then they come outside, they stick a thermometer up her ass, which I felt kind of bad about. And then they're like, I don't think she has kennel cough. They're like, she might have pneumonia because she was kind of doing this, like, they call it like a backwards sneeze.
Aww.
And she's like, I think that's her, like if she's Flemish. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting this detailed.
That's okay.
Basically, they're like, oh, I think because she was also like every couple of days she would throw up in the middle of the night. And that tends to happen with dogs if you give them too much food or not enough food. Something with their like stomach acid balance or something. So I was like, she only eats at night for some reason. So they're like, you need to get her to eat during the day. So like now we're on the wet food train, which we want to like fucking kill ourselves because it stinks. It stinks when you put it out. It stinks in her breath. It stinks coming out. Holy shit, TMI. But like, oh my god, like standard shit smells, but like try wet food shit. Oh my god. So like, but the thing is also that vet visit, literally just for them to like stick a thermometer, check her like little whatever, $100.
Ew.
It could have been worse. Like that's not that bad, but I was like,
but that's just so much.
It's mostly because we had to come all the way into the city and like because they're like it still might be something we can't bring in. They couldn't do her checkup, so we have to come down here again next week.
Oh my god, that's so dumb.
So I'm basically saying that Poppy is apologizing to me for all of this bullshit and worry. And now she eats twice a day. She did throw up this morning, which now I'm like, okay, was this for nothing?
It's like almost like you almost like wish there is something wrong.
Yeah,
like
fuck me.
That. Oh my god, poor little Poppy. I mean, it's really hard out there for the dog moms of the world.
I literally look at her once a day and I'm like, you have the best fucking life.
No, seriously. Honestly, I would love to get my friend Sarah, who you guys met like last season, on because she got a dog last year and has cost her like thousands of dollars because like she keeps on eating like weed in bushes and like gets high and like she gets every sickness. Like she's always at the vet, and so I would love for her to like vent and you guys talk about it because like I think you guys would have common ground on that.
Let's just have an entire episode about dogs and why we love them and why I'm obsessed with them.
I'll just be sitting in the corner because I'm a cat person. So
We should do like a battle of pets. Like, what's better, cats or dogs?
Oh my God, please tell us. Are you guys cat people or are you dog people? Cat people are better. With that, I think we should end before we get into a full-on fight.
Yeah. I mean, we already have our tiffle between Spotify and Apple Music. Let's not get into the cats and dogs.
Me and my cat listen to Apple Music, and you and your dog listen to Spotify.
You know what? Spotify makes specific playlists for Poppy. They have pet Spotify.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing. Like, get your shit together.
No, it's perfect because it takes my music and what dogs like, and they mix it together so that it doesn't fuck up my end of year Spotify playlist, like my rundown.
Sweet.
Sick. All right. So watch us on YouTube, listen on Spotify or Apple Music if you prefer. Apple Podcasts. Sorry.
Singers.
Dude, we sing every once in a while.
And we are fucking awesome.
Yeah, we should just do like one compilation of all of our singing together.
We should.
So you can follow our personal accounts. Mine is Alex_French, 2 X's, 2 H's.
Tony Rose Goulden, Tony with an I.
And our joint Instagram account for the pod. I can't speak today. I'm sorry.
We apologize podcast on Instagram.
Thank you.
Until next time. Bye.